Hello everybody, Arcturus here, and today we will have the review for chapter 1011 of One Piece 1011. That's the chapter we're reviewing today. Now, strangely, One Piece videos happen to be the videos that do the best on my channel, despite the fact that I put the least amount of effort into them. I really only do this because I like One Piece. And I will probably continue to do it only because I like One Piece. So, um, if you want to, feel free to maybe check out some of the other videos on the channel. Um, I'm planning on actually being consistent about doing stuff and pushing myself to do more stuff like streaming. I will stream twice a week. I'm going to hold myself to that. In fact, I'm going to stream Monday and I'm planning on streaming Halo. This time I actually worked out all the kinks and I won't just be playing Slime Rancher. And I'll actually be making a series out of Halo. So wait for that, I guess. Anyways, moving swiftly on, let's get back to the actual content of the video. One Piece chapter 1011. Immediately off, we open up with a color spread of the chapter. And the entire crew sitting there eating ice cream in soft serve drinks. It's very Oda. And there's a big blow up of Nami eating ice cream. Of course there is. It's Oda. It's Oda. So, It's difficult to think of it's difficult to think anything but pleasant thoughts while eating a soft serve. How true. Kinda. But yes, it's very true. So, let's go on to the chapter where immediately we open up to Killer and Kid. Um, at the edge of the rooftop with all their rubble. Big Mom seems to be rising and there seems to be like a black light. There's like a thunderized object. Um, and Kid says, "Wait a second! I thought we captured the lightning already." Big Mom looking very terrifying, oddly in this scene. Like Big Mom looking terrifying. It's doesn't happen very often, but it happens. And she says, "Show me your power." Hera, exactly what I predicted. I mean, it was pretty easy to figure out. She basically created a new Zeus, I think, but we don't see an actual cloud. Instead, here we see her holding like a ball of lightning, and then we cut to like just like a pair of like lips, and then like I think the bottom of those might be glasses or eyes. I think they're probably glasses. So I don't know if she's a cloud or like a straight up lightning bolt. Um, but we'll see. But we know that Big Mom's new cloud is called Hera. So I'm assuming Zeus will probably end up in Nami's hand. Speaking of Zeus, oh yeah, also Mom uses Big Mom. Big Mom uses a new attack called Fulgora and strikes Killer and Kid and the side of the big dome, the big skull. So, speaking of Zeus, going back to what I was saying, Big Zeus. I was about to say Big Zeus. I said just Mom last time. Oh boy, I am tongue tied today, and my mind is in a completely other place. Um, Zeus in his metal box gets released out of his metal box. Seemingly, Kid let go of holding that box together after he was hit by a big old full Gora by Big Mom. Um, anyways, Law teleports him, Zoro, and Zeus all down below the dome, leaving Luffy to fight Kaido. Um, Kaido, who was on the ground, he gets back up. He says, "Worororo, I can tell you're enjoying yourself. Um, the more the more precarious the situation, the bigger your smile." Luffy sitting there with a big old smile. Kaido smiling back. And so They go off for another big clash. Luffy again with those god sandals deflecting Kaido's Kanabo. And of course, a big um, clash thing on Onigashima. Now, I am personally in this fight. What I'm really waiting for in the Luffy versus Kaido fight is when Luffy and Kaido split the clouds. It's gonna happen. They both have Conqueror's Hockey. It's going to happen. Just you wait. I cannot wait for that moment. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen in this arc. So, Kid and Killer ended up on the third floor after Big Mom's attack. It seems they fell off and then were hit by lightning inside the dome. Um, so they both seem to survive, but they're still pretty hurt. Kaido's men then go to attack him, but somebody cuts through them charging at Kid and Killer, and Hawkins appears with his straw sword. Um, blah blah blah. He mentions that he tells them not to forget that he was betrayed at Pooh, just like them. Kid called him a traitor. Um, that he was just avoiding a fight, and he would, because he knew they would lose. So, Killer tells Kid to keep on going. That Big Mom should not go unchecked, and I think that is very accurate. But I don't think we might have to worry about her at the end of the chapter. So, um, Hawkins transforms into like this. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 8-legged straw man. So he has like 8 legs, and like the rest of his body's all big and straw, and the tips of his fingers has um nails at the end. So, anyways, he tells Killer that he has a 92% chance of dying here, so that's neat, but he isn't the 1% man. So, there's still that. Many people seem to have forgot about the 1% man. We'll see. Anyways, he says, best of luck to you, Killer, and Killer tells him to go to hell. So, we will see what happens there. Personally, I'm rooting for Killer. Why am I rooting for Killer? Because he has cooler hair and a cooler mask. Anyways, we go to the second floor where Page 1 is in his hybrid form and he's grabbing onto Komai Inu's tail. And Nami and Usopp are just like, Nami's just jamming his stick into his head, and Usopp just keeps firing a bunch of his little slingshot rounds into him. They are very terrified, and Page 1 just seems to be taking it. Usopp and Nami are very scared, saying, "Never! We're not dying here! Get off, you big lizard! Get out of here!" Komai Inu's still running. Nami tells Usopp to aim for the weak spots. Temple jaw, Adam's apple, solar plexus, eyeballs, nostrils. They're just going at him. Poor Page 1. Not Komainu. Komachio is the dog's name. Tama tells Komachio to hang in there, that they're almost there, and that they want to reach the stage in the open area, and where she can command all of the gifters to fight. And she says, if they all join our side, then my job here is done. As long as I can help out, I don't care what happens to me. We just gotta get to the stage. And Usopp and Usopp and Nami tell her, don't be ridiculous. That they're gonna protect her. And Nami calls Usopp an old man, and Usopp's like, what do you mean? I'm only 19. I forget that Usopp is like the same age as Luffy. Like, Luffy feels like he's 20 sometimes, like 20, 21, and so does Usopp. Anyways, Tama says she's scared, and that she can't go on much longer. I think that's Tama. Yeah, it's Tama. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking there, but it somehow kind of didn't look like her because it was a really close up shot of like the arm of her kimono. Um, so they say they're gonna take care of Page 1, and he uses a special attack Green Star Flower Work firework flowers, and he uses exploding pine. So that knocks him off. The exploding, what was it? Firework flowers sends him off Akoma Inu, and then it seems that the heat is affecting Nami, and he says, "Sorry, I don't have very many close range weapons." Um, but then he uses another special attack. Um, Green Star, exploding pine cones, which seems to be like a bunch of pine cones he's head off, and then it's just like a bunch of explosions. Um, and it seems Page One is still going after that. He's on his feet again, and Usopp comments on how tough dinosaur Zoans are. So he also mentions that that the kibi dango that Tama makes only work on smile users. Then then they come across Big Mom, who is yelling, "Come out, kid!" And both both Usopp and Nami are very shocked about this. And Tama's just like, "Ah, Olin, it's you." Um, Big Mom goes, "Oh, it's you, Cat Burglar, and um the one with the long nose, your Straw Hats crewmates." So she looks very pissed, and Tama goes, "Oh, Olin!" And then suddenly she's like, "Oh, if it isn't Tama, whatever are you doing in such a dangerous place?" I was worried about Tama now. I was worried about you, Olin. You just up and left all of a sudden. Anyways, Prometheus mentions, she goes into her mother mode every now and then with little children. Now, some people really seem to not like this part about her mothering thing, but we've seen it before with her and like the 10-year-old kids. Like, she was super mad about the Vinsmokes, about what was happening with the Vinsmokes, something like that. Um, and then she was going somewhere else in her castle, and immediately she went like all nice and was talking to her children, and one of her children was like, "Give me a scissors so I can stab all my siblings and murder them." And she's like, "No, no, no, you cannot do that." So, even I feel this scene still works without that line because Big Mom is such a foodie and Otama gave her food. So, it would make sense for it with or without the line, I feel. And I think that's why some people don't like it and why I personally am with it. Like, I'm pretty indifferent. I think it works either way. Um but I think the mothering mode can come in at a later date, and I think that's why Oda is saying it here. But finally something something good has come out of the Amnesia arc. So I didn't really like the Amnesia arc. Um but the thing for me though is that I was just happy to have Big Mom on the scene now. So I kind of like Big Mom as a Yonko. To unlike very many other people who seem to think she's very incompetent, but I think there are plenty of reasons why. Um, I mean, not every captain single-handedly carries a crew, and sometimes the crew carries a captain. So that's just my thoughts on Big Mom. So anyways, she thanks her for helping her when her memory was lost. Um, and then Otama mentions how Okobora Town isn't anymore, and Big Mom is very unhappy about this. Um, anyways, um, Big Mom seems like she's gonna turn as Page One comes in his Spinosaur form, full Spinosaur, and they're saying, "Ah, here comes Dinosaur Man." Um, Otama tells her perfect timing, don't let them get past you, and tells Komachio to run. So, as they're coming, Big Mom just straight up Conqueror hockeys up her arm, and also does it in armament hockey, and just punches Page One. Uh, and then as she does it, she says, "Don't you know that even in the cruel world of pirates, there's still a code of honor, you clowns?" So she punches Page One into the ground, and everybody is shocked. Kid arrives on the scene, and so does Zeus, who was teleported by Law below beforehand, and Ulti then sees her precious Pei getting knocked into the ground. And that's the end of the chapter. There will be a break next week. Hopefully I'll be able to alleviate the break for you by releasing a Halo video. I also plan to have a Berserk video in the works, so keep an eye out for that. So, how do I think things are going to go? So, first off, there is something I am mad about, but it's not anything to do with the writing of this chapter. It's more just a personal thing, and that is page 1. Now, if you guys don't know, I like page 1. I'm gonna get some channel art done pretty soon, and you'll see like my new avatar wears a page 1 hat. And I do want to mention that I don't like page. The only reason I like page 1 is because of his hat. I'm gonna be honest. I like him because of his hat and that he's a Spinosaur. That's about it. So, um, there's really nothing much else to it, and I'm sad that page 1 got knocked out. I really wanted to see like an actual like any small lobby level fight between the between Usopp Nami and Page 1 and Ulti. That's what I wanted to see. And if Page 1 gets done out of the fight right now, which he probably is, he got punched with Conqueror's Haki, Armament Haki, by Big Mom after fighting Usopp beforehand. I'm pretty sure he's done for. So, but there is a bad sign here. Why do I say that? Big Mom and her amnesia. I mentioned it last chapter, but if you remember how Big Mom got out of her amnesia, it was because of a very big headbutt by the one and only Queen. Now, who in this here is very famous for very strong headbutts? And should be very unhappy about the situation. You are correct. That is our beautiful lady, Miss Ulti. Which is a bad sign if amnesia might come back by her headbutting Big Mom. So, I don't really see why Oda would need to use amnesia this time, but there is a possibility of it coming back, and I don't hope he does it. But, I am curious, does Ulti get revenge? Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because it would be a great moment for contrast in her character, where as soon as she's confronted with an enemy that she thinks is much stronger than her, will she avenge Page 1? Will she literally... It's basically going to be like a suicide run, except she won't die because this is One Piece. But she'll definitely get taken out of the fight if she chooses to fight Big Mom. And that then eliminates a fight for both Usopp and Nami, which I think that really sucks. So, I guess we'll see. But, now speaking that does pave the way for a new thing. And what might that thing be? Well, I think that let's say Page 1 and Ulti get taken out by Big Mom, right? And she just goes on a rampage, right? She ends up fighting Kid. And Zeus goes off with Nami. That's what I expect what will happen. Then that leaves an opening for a new thing, which I haven't really considered, but I think would probably be pretty cool. I've mentioned Chopper teaming up against Queen, but what if uh, not Brook, because Brook is with Robin, Nami, Usopp, Chopper, maybe Sanji? Probably not Sanji. I have no idea if Sanji is going to be there. Maybe Sanji will team up and fight against Queen. Come on. You know a good team fight. But I think there will be lots of team fights in this chapter. I mean, we got Frankie soloing Frankie is solo fighting Sasaki. Frankie solo fighting Sasaki. But I think Frankie works best as a solo fighter, and this may be a good time for Oda to elevate Franky. Why? Because King of Lightning did put out an interesting video about how Franky is like people's least favorite Straw Hat, and I really get it. Um, so this may be a great opportunity for some growth and maybe some other stuff to happen. So, what's my new idea? Maybe Marco will be taken out. All right, or something will happen with Marco to remove him because he doesn't fit into this equation I'm proposing, and I think that is an issue. But I think it's a pretty cool idea for what might happen. So, what do I think what will happen? Well, I think that both Sanji and Zoro will team up and fight against Queen. I mean, not Queen, King, King. Now, I know many people would rather want Zoro to fight one on one with King and defeat him, and I think they both could do it, but Zoro is very hurt right now, so him fighting King isn't a realistic possibility, but I think Zoro needs to have some first commander level feats, or at least be on the level of a first Yonko commander to prove himself. So, that's, that's where I think things will go with him, and he'll have Sanji to help him fight. Sanji's also pretty beat up. And another thing that will help even out the fight is Sanji can fly. So I'm expecting lots of Sanji launching Zoro, and maybe Trafalgar Law will participate in the fight. Or I think he may just like sit out of the fight and probably tend to Marco's wounds, maybe, and Marco will go off and do something else. Maybe he'll try to stop the island or fly off to warn the people, or he'll fight Perospero, and that's how Marco fits into this equation. There we go. And maybe Zoro will start healing a bunch of people on the floor, and then maybe helping Carrot and Wanda get back in the fight, and Carrot will help team up with a probably maybe Queen or Perospero. We'll see what happens. So those are my predictions for what will happen. What do you think? What do you think will happen? Also, if you have any ideas for videos or any other things, put it in the comments below. I actually want to get like a proper conversation going, and maybe some actual fans. That project is still in the works. I'm thinking about making a trailer. We'll make a trailer. We'll make a trailer. Anyways, that's all for now, folks. And good night.